getting hit by everything maybe is a good strategy, because we've actually seen it work out. If you item smuggle and you're already hit in 10th, you can't get hit by anything.
That's true.
Because you're in last.
That's not a bad strategy, but do you really think that's worth it in the final 10? I mean, you've guaranteed a paid placement. I knew there was going to be a no in there. I would understand trying to do that in the qualifier, maybe the wild card.
Yeah.
But in the final 10 position, you do not want to do that. And we did see that before. Flash, our #1 ranked racer in the arena, loves to do smuggling, and it sometimes just doesn't work for him. He ends up in 5th or 6th place because of the fact that he could not recover the way he wanted.
And that happens a lot in the final 10 especially. Obviously, he pretty much storms through qualifiers when he's in them, but when he goes to that final 10, he definitely loses a lot of spots, specifically because of item smuggling or because of just item RNG, item luck going against his favor sometimes. But obviously not going to be in this one. We'll see who takes his place. Obviously won last week, so it's really up to pretty much Sir 9. Obviously ranked #2 in the arena for a reason. It's kind of his week to win, considering he doesn't have to face the likes of Flash or Awesome Michael, who's in the chat as well. He said the caster curse is going to happen, so hopefully that doesn't go up against Sir 9, because every time we say something, it always happens.
Every single time. And then Sir 9 said Geronimo's out for blood today. Not going to really say he's out for blood, but he's definitely out for some cold hard cash.
Yeah, he's definitely out for revenge. Just in general, it doesn't matter who's in his way. He's just going to hit them with anything he can because he's out for revenge. He wants to Geronimo everyone else out of his way. That way he secures a first place spot.
And right now our players are ready. We're going to send it down to the hype tunnel. Our players for the final 10 for Saturday Night Speedway are underway. We have 0, and there is going to be Zavko holding on to the Major Infinite Dab. We have Sir 9, Geronimo, Glitchtastic, Kai Ret, Terabyte, Marshall, Trupa, Chino, and My Style, who are going to hold your final 10 positions here. Again, the paid placement and the dabs continuing over. Out of everything, really, though, I love the fact that Geronimo has that shirt. I love that shirt. I really do.
It's very nice, especially for how he's been playing today. It feels like he's kind of being nice to everybody in a way to where he's a different player now. He's doesn't care about being the nice person anymore. He's being the absolute savage on and off the racetrack. So going into this, we'll see if he's able to solidify himself. Ideally, a top 5 spot is probably what Geronimo's looking for in this one. Securing yourself a final 10 placement is obviously really good. He hasn't had the best of luck in final 10 so far, so I think a top 5 would be really ideal for him. And for Sir 9, obviously, who's on your screen now, he's looking for that first place spot, and very, very confident in doing so.
I'm really curious if whether or not that shirt was actually designed for Kai Ret, though. Because we always know Kai Ret, he's the one that's screaming at his screen whenever something goes wrong. So I really think at the end of the day, that shirt should have been designed for Kai Ret. But Geronimo, great stuff on you. We're going to look over at 0 right now, and Marshall all getting ready here for that final 10. This is going to be 8 races instead of 6.
They say if you have the most headphones in the arena, you actually can hear the most.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why you see Marshall doing pretty well so far in all of our Saturday Night Speedways, because of how many things he has. But that's a GameCube controller actually coming out for Mario Kart, which I've never seen it.
So this was actually designed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was able for you to be used, and it actually is compatible with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So you are going to see the players with the GameCube controllers likely going to be one of our ranked players. It is not. It is actually going to be My Style.
Yeah, so My Style, obviously the first time in the final 10, I believe, with a nice securement of the top 4 in the wild card round, is going to try and get into a spot here in the final 10. We'll see. He's going to, put his jams on and whatever he's looking forward to. Obviously, he's going to be bumping a little bit to the music, and the stare down is happening again. And I don't know how you're always ready for it, because I just never seem to be in the opportune time to not blink.
I am not ready for it. We never expected it. He's just staring at us in the soul. I'm really feeling this right now. You blinked. I'm still trying not to, and I'm almost there.
I see his eyes squinting. He's definitely going to lose. I think, okay, everyone seems to have lost already. Are you still going?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of impressive.
That actually hurts a lot.
Yeah,
you have no idea. That actually hurts a lot. And then you're trying not to smile when you're doing it. That's the hard part.
Because then once you smile, it like squints your eyes even more. So you're like, oh, I really want to close my eyes
after a while.
now. And especially when we have lights just like beaming down on us, it's really not easy to stare into the camera when there's little like bright lights in front of your face.
Right. It's absolutely crazy. And what else is going to be crazy right now is what is going to be happening here on stage with the Final 10. This is a huge Final 10 because all of these racers are gunning for position.
Yeah, and that's going to be something really interesting to see how the action is going to unfold. Obviously, there is 8 races going into this Final 10, so a couple more races than you're used to seeing in the qualifiers and in the wildcard round. Definitely going to be interesting to see if obviously Terabyte had a really, really good lead in the wild card. We'll see if he's able to do the same thing in the final 10, or if it's going to be something, or if it's going to be someone else, like the likes of, maybe Glitchtastic able to secure one of his, constant positions. We see Zero some of the time actually really able to efficiently finish out races. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity in this final 10 for a lot of these players to take a first place away.
And while we're getting ready here for the final 10, I'm looking at Twitch chat, and we're seeing a lot of trash talking going between Geronimo and Sir9. Sir9 saying that Geronimo's next to him, and it's all that bad luck. But either Terabyte or I will win. And then Geronimo says, "You're welcome. May the curse be with you." So Geronimo even is calling himself a curse at that point. But hey, we've seen some of the best curses run out in first place.
Yeah, now we're seeing the first race for the first place is going to be coming out here in the final 10. So this is going to be the first out of 8 going into this map. We're going to see exactly how it's going to unfold. We're seeing, of course, the Metal Marios come out in full speed and full effect here. Sir9 is trying to get himself back, and you see the same exact loadout coming out from someone else next to Sir9 there. So 2 rose gold Peaches are going to be actually on this map. You're seeing actually Terabyte here with the Wiggler, and the Wario is actually changing up his strategy. Normally see him on Rosalina or the baby Rosalina. So actually switching up that strategy, and now going to be on the Wario, going to be one of the heavyweights. Seemed to be an interesting strategy switch up, considering how well he was doing in the wild card round.
Yeah, I'm curious to see why he ended up switching. It might be a bold move, Cotton. We're going to take a look at that very shortly. But Terabyte right now sitting in 5th place, not using any of these mushrooms. And he's going to be moving into an item box location here very shortly. I'm curious to see why he just has decided not to use them. Maybe he's just waiting for the opportune moment.
Yeah, and obviously we'll see if he gets that opportune moment going into the second lap here. He's currently in a pretty nice second place, right behind either the likes of Sir9 or whoever else is in that rose gold pink Peach. But we're seeing that red shell is going to connect, and that's going to be on Zero, who is in that first place spot. That green shell is going to connect, and we see a lot of the time, actually, I feel like more than usual, players running into defensive items from players in front of them.
And you, by the way, if you take a look at the minimap right now, that minimap on the right side is going to show the players that are currently on the track. And as well, one of the biggest things to talk about is how close these racers are together. You do see the first place player Zovko extending his lead against Marshall, and all of the remaining players are absolutely packed and stacked. It takes one item to knock you from second place where Marshall is at all the way down to 7th, where it looks like either Sir9 or his other opponent's going to be.
Yeah, and it looks like Terabyte with his strategy is doing pretty well there in last place, currently getting hit by absolutely everything. And now we see Zovko actually currently holding this first place spot. Going into the last stretch of this first race, he's going to have a really sizable lead, so pretty much will ideally secure this first place spot, and will. Looks like he was able to easily slide past that one. Nicely done for him to be able to secure that one so easily, so swiftly. I was going to say don't bring the camera to him because I already saw him doing it on the stage, but it had to do it anyways.
I'm curious to see if that's just going to be a thing, and he ends up unplugging either unplugging the headset, or he's just giving himself a headache. I have no idea what's going on. Sir9 already going straight to Twitch chat, and there's something he is saying, and he is shaking his head no. I think that it's the Geronimo bad luck, I'm guessing.
It's got to be. They're both going to finish in 9th and 10th place here because of the Geronimo curse. You're going to see Sir9 dropping down to 9th or 10th place, and that is just going to be just being in the vicinity of Geronimo does that to you.
Well, Sir9 got 4th, and then Geronimo got 7th, so it looks like they were just battling against each other. The bad luck continues. Both of them are Geronimo, and we do see Sir9 is currently in Twitch chat. He gave me this curse. Geronimo, get rid of this crap on me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you're next to him. You get hit by everything, and that's just, I mean, he still got 4th place in the first race. It's not like it's a bad spot for him to be in, but, Geronimo trying to throw his curse onto somebody else. Sir9 is going to be his ideal opponent to throw that onto. So going into the second race here, we'll see if he holds on to that curse, or if it'll be somebody else taking that curse away from him. And Sir9 also saying, can I move seats in chat as well? No, you cannot. You're already locked and loaded, so you got to try and get rid of the curse. We'll see if he finds a way to knock at Geronimo here.
And we do also have Cunningham, who says, need an exorcist. I'm guessing he's probably talking about Zovko, who is constantly dabbing, and it looks like he's having an on-stage seizure, but he's not, and he's currently sitting in first place. Now holding on to a pretty decent, solid, sizable lead in this track especially, but it's going to be closing off against Glitchtastic, who does have that mushroom, and everybody has those defensive items, and the defensive items knocking people off the edge, and this is Zero, and going over to Sir9, now in 3rd place, right behind Glitchtastic, gonna be able to get the draft, almost gets it up against this other player, and now Sir9 looks like he's trying to recover, get away from Geronimo, get that curse out of here.
Yeah, and we will see Glitchtastic with this red shell is going to be holding on to the 2nd place, but he does not have any coins, so he can't really get too far ahead here of the rest of the pack. With only having 1 coin, obviously won't get that speed boost. Is going to run into that banana as well. That was a nice placement from the player there in first place, who's actually Zovko again. So Zovko really gunning for the upset here, going into this second race. Obviously got that first place in the last one, and now pretty steadily holding a lead here again. Would have liked to have gotten rid of that coin, but he's going to hold this banana defensively to try and maintain his status here. Zero trying to take around one of these last curves and to try and get himself back up into one of the top 2 spots. Kyred is actually currently holding that second place here. Metal Mario's seem to be dominating it too.
Good to see Kyred doing some recovery. Red Shell going to be going out up against Zovko. Not going to connect because he did have a defensive item of the coins. He's going to have to use this coin to get at least a little tiny bit of a point percentage speed boost. You do gain more the more coins you get. 10 is obviously optimal for that 2.5%. Kyred going to be receiving a green shell. Not really going to be advantageous right now until he gets into these close quarters areas where he can throw it with the fences in play. And Zovko extending his lead. Terabyte now moving into second place is going to get the double box. Already has a red shell, and he's going to be receiving another red shell. This might be advantageous for him to move into first place.
And something that Nightcrawler brought up in the chat was that Zovko was always pretty much paired with Flash in his qualifiers. So that might be why we didn't see Zovko do as well as he's been doing, because the Flash's presence in his qualifier was just super easy for Flash to take out some of those qualifiers. And now we see Zovko taking back-to-back races in the final 10 in first place. Don't go back to the camera. But you see Sir9 in 9th place right now. Has tried to get back up, but he's still in that 9th place and actually gets knocked back to 10th. The curse is real. The Geronimo curse has affected Sir9, and now you see him getting up out of his chair. The Geronimo curse is just, it's hitting hard.
It's definitely hitting hard, and that's going to put him into a very nasty situation.
He's
Geronimo's having a lot of fun.
Seats,
is he really moving seats right now?
Yeah,
he is moving seats. He's moving as far away as possible. Sir9, all the trash talking that was going on before the races, he was in first. Geronimo and Sir9 now looks like they're having a race on stage. I would love to see like a chair race where they just kind of have to use their feet to go from one side of the stage to the other, and that determines the champion.
That's an interesting.
That could be a thing, right?
Yeah, that could be interesting. But Sir9 getting 10th place into that race is not going to be the greatest for him. The greatest for him, as we saw in chat, Sir 9th place is actually going off in chat right now, and that's a name to go through.
That's a huge thing.
Sir 9th place. That's hard hitting.
And Geronimo is Geronimoing himself right now in the leaderboards, currently sitting in, I believe, 5th or 6th place right now.
Who's doing better than Sir 9?
And Sir 9 dropping all the way down to 7th place. That is a huge change. Zovko with 24 points. Terabyte moving up into 2nd. Marshall in 3rd. Glitchtastic in 4th. And just like that, it's only the 3rd race right now. We're going to see whether or not this is going to continue to change. It's still anybody's race, but wow, Sir 9. I don't know what to say, and Sir 9's not even on the screen right now.
I've never even thought about saying Sir 9th, and that's such a genius name. I have to give so much props to whoever said Spookord in chat. That is just like, I don't know how we haven't heard that before, but you see how far away Sir 9's playing, and you see him in first right now. So ideally, getting away from Geronimo might be the case for him to do better, because Geronimo currently has his whole curse going for him as he's sitting in 8th place. So maybe, getting that extra movement away from Geronimo has saved him a little bit.
Is this actually a thing that's happening right now? Is there actually a curse that is going on the stage? And then we're looking at Kyred right now, sitting in 3rd with that Metal Mario character. He's going to shift his character around a little bit. It's curious to see how players are playing differently inside of qualifiers and wildcards. When they get to the final 10, they shift their controllers, or not controllers, excuse me, the characters that they're using. And all of a sudden, it's working very well. Sir 9, all of a sudden, now in first place with a not too far lead here. And it's going to get that double box out, and now moving down to 2nd. And Sir 9 going to be getting a banana and a mushroom, classic items that you're going to see in first place. And this is a battle right now.
You know what I love is that, so we have to use the RF cam, which is actually the freelance cam, because Sir 9 is so far away from his actual game cam that we have to have the actual camera on him because of how far away he is from Geronimo and the actual screen. As you can see the zoom out. This is how far away Sir 9 is from his actual screen. And this is impressive because he's still in first place right now, and he's still holding on to a pretty steady lead too.
It's got to have the screen equivalent of like a 13-inch screen, and he's still playing and has a huge dominating lead against his 2nd place player, Kyred. Kyred now in 2nd. He definitely needs us to continue moving up in the leaderboard right now. Chino moving up into 3rd place here, using a Piranha Plant, trying to get a little bit of momentum. Not going to get the double box right now. Only going to get a triple green shell. Needs to be careful not to hit himself with it.
And Awesome Michael Shed says, wow, it works. Yeah, so apparently being away from Geronimo will end up doing a lot better for you. As Sir 9 is going to see a blue shell coming in towards the end of the race, and this is actually going to be really bad for him as he ends up actually having the horn at the end, so he's not going to have to worry about that at all. The red shell's going to come in, though. He's going to get hit at the end, and he's going to actually lose second place there, and he's going to lose back down into second place, losing first place there away. He did get a little bit away from Geronimo's curse, though, so that's still really good. Now you see it actually works out for him to be that far away from the screen.
I'm curious if he's going to keep it that way the entire time. So who ended up getting first in that one again? Was it Zovko?
I believe Zovko got another first place victory again. I believe it was one of the Metal Marios. There's two of them, so it was Zovko shaking his head. So it's not him, it's the other Metal Mario, who is Kai Red, I believe.
And Sir 9 is blaming the seat at this point, so I'm curious to see if whether or not he goes and grabs another seat from one of the unused players, or whether he really is not going to happen. If they end up switching seats, we're going to see. He is playing. Yeah, that is a good question right now. Glitchtastic is just looking around, having a wonderful time. He's thinking, I'm just racing. I'm in third place right now. Sir 9 moving up to fourth with that race.
He's still 12 points away from that first place, but Sir 9 being that far away from Geronimo really seemed to help his case. So we'll see now moving forward if Geronimo is going to slowly inch forward towards Sir 9, because I think that's his most ideal strategy going in the final 10. It's just to get slowly closer to Sir 9, make him do a little bit worse so that Geronimo does a little bit better.
And Geronimo really is racing to the best of his ability right now. Mangalore, by the way, in chat, for those people that don't know, Mangalore, very successful Mario Kart YouTuber, over 100,000 subs on YouTube alone. Obviously very professional. And he also, by the way, said hello for Mangalore and Ellie Tendo. So I want to give that little shout out there as well. Geronimo going to be smuggling, obviously, because he's already down in 10th position, and he's going to go out and fly around, try to grab all these item boxes as he does continue to go through.
There's a lot of Metal Marios. Of course, as it seems to be the case in the final 10, it always seems to happen. There's just the actual meta of characters just going Metal Mario and whatever loadout you want to there.
Most likely.
Yeah, and we'll see if that is going to be the case. There's 3 or 4 of them in this one. We also see a lot of rose pink peaches as well, and apparently Sir 9 has gotten even farther away from his screen.
He's so far gone, we can't even see him on the regular camera anymore.
And he is so far away that I don't know if he can even see his screen anymore. You see the RF cam here, he's just that far away, and he's actually impressively far back from his screen that I'm not sure how he's playing.
I just looked back as well. I had to mute up my mic for a second just to look back, and he is so far
away. He's behind Zovko.
You can literally have about 4 or 5 chairs in front of him, and he's still hitting into 4th place right now. Marshall Trupa is the only person ahead of him right now that's going to be targeted with Sir 9. This is insane. Sir 9 racing to the best of his ability, moving away from Geronimo. Apparently there's a curse going around in the final 10.
Yeah, we see just staying away from Geronimo seems to be the case here. You see how far away Sir 9 is from his actual seat. This is a beautiful camera to actually look at. Playing behind Zovko somehow, still being able to secure a 3rd place so far. Now getting himself into 2nd with that red shell. He's going to have to avoid anything with that red shell, but it looks like connected with a different player. So this is actually really good for him so far, as Glitchtastic is holding that 1st place spot. Sir 9 with 2 mushrooms has an opportunity to take this 1st place away, but you're seeing the 10 coins and the defensive banana coming out from Glitchtastic, maybe solidifying himself that 1st place spot.
Likely going to do so. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Sir 9 going to be stealing the 1st place away from Glitchtastic. Amazing racing. Sir 9, apparently the chair going the further away, the more likely he's going to get 1st place. We're probably going to see Sir 9 playing from the casting booth at this point.
Yeah, he's just Xing out Geronimo. He said, get away from me. He doesn't need sound or anything. Being that far away, obviously, he's just gonna hope. And it seems to be working out, just being that far away from Geronimo. Geronimo said, stay away from me. You don't want to be near him. See, Geronimo is keeping the curse, though. It looks like Zovko and Zero are embracing the curse, are embracing the Sir 9 luck, I guess, and getting away from the Geronimo curse.
I have no idea what is going on right now, but Geronimo still, again, 7th in the leaderboards, and Zovko and Zero now joining in. I'm guessing everybody's just going to move all the way to the back of the arena, away from their screens, and they're just going to go soundless and see whether or not that's going to be a good placement for him. Zovko said, nah, I need some sound.
Zovko's already given up on this situation. Zero is going to need some of that Sir 9 luck going from here, so that's why you're seeing him kind of go next to him. This is where you see Sir 9 go to like 5th or 6th, and Zero gets 1st place. So we're going to see slowly the luck switch throughout the entire stage, as we see everyone getting away farther from Geronimo is doing a lot better in the tournament so far. So we'll see how that's going to affect them going into this 5th race here, we are going to be seeing a hot start for Sir9 in that first place spot. Going to have a red shell defensively to go forward into this race. I just love how far away he is.
He didn't get any farther this time. He's still in the same spot, but now that's maybe the reason why he's only in 2nd instead of 1st place. And now Zovko going to be joining in on the conversation with Zero and Sir9. And now we have a 3-way battle away from their screens. And apparently it's a curse thing that works. They're all right now battling for position. Zovko currently sitting all the way in 10th place, felt the curse, so he decided to say, you know what, I'm going to pull back. He is very far away from the rest of the pack. Geronimo taking away the curse, putting on somebody else, now sitting in 3rd place.
And apparently Zovko got that 10th place finish in the last one, so maybe the curse has moved over to Zovko, and now Zovko's trying to transfer it over to Sir9, and that's why he's sitting next to him in this case. But it seems like Geronimo's still trying to hold on to his curse, is going to be in that spot here, not moving. And Geronimo said, I don't mind this at all, look at all my friends. And then just sees everyone around him is just so far away from him. We're seeing the blue shell coming in, and that's why Sir9 is not going to be able to get away from that blue shell manipulation. He goes into the 2nd item box here, but unfortunately we'll get an item and drops down to 4th place in the 2nd one here. You're going to see Kyret leading the charge there in 1st place as the Metal Mario. Has a banana as a defensive item. We will definitely see how it goes forward here. And now we see Redneck in chat saying, I'm not impressed. To really get rid of that Geronimo curse, they should get 1st while wearing a blindfold.
No, we're not going to bird box this at all. That's a huge problem. We're going to look at the battle for 3rd right now. Sir9 currently sitting in 4th place with that Piranha Plant, trying to gain some momentum, but right now he has 2 other players in front of him that he's jogging. He ends up getting hit, he falls, and he is screaming right now. He's getting out of his chair, and he's currently falling all the way down to 10th. Geronimo moving all the way into 2nd place. Kyret now in 1st, and Geronimo has the opportunity now to get into 1st place and throw the curse away, and Sir9 would be the one with it. Glitch-tastic sitting in a 3rd red shell. Is he going to do it? Kyret going to be stealing 1st place. Absolutely phenomenal racing here in this race right now.
I think Zovko gave the Geronimo curse back to Sir9 there. I think he obviously finished in Sir9th place there, so we're now going to see Sir9 embracing his name and getting that Sir9th place, as you see Kyret taking that 1st place out. But so maybe the curse went from, because of Sir9 backing up so far, it actually went over to Zovko, and then Zovko backed up in that race and then transferred that curse back onto Sir9. So now Sir9 has it again. So now it's up to this case. He's actually moving his monitor so far away from Geronimo that they ideally have no bad spot to be in here. You see how far away Sir9 really is now. The momentum switch really coming in here. Now that he's close to nobody, he really has a chance to win this whole race here.
We're looking, it's so far away, you can even see on the far end, you have Roseanne and you have Oliver over there currently trying to look away, and then Sir9's just kind of sitting so far away, and then we have Kevin over there, we have the bartenders, and by the way...
And Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, looking over at the chat, Cloud FN said, I didn't think Mario casting could be so intense. You would be surprised the things that we could cast here in the HyperX arena. It is intense. It's like camping.
And now, oh no, oh that was bad. Okay, now we're going into this 6th race here, and we'll see if this far away from Sir9, we'll see how he's going to be able to play. Obviously, he had to even tilt the monitor in order to be able to see it. This is going to be on Mount Wario, of course, one of those maps that is going to go off of checkpoints and not actual lap finishes. So we'll see if where the curse is going to go, because currently it's on Sir9, but being this far away, he's not even in his camera. He's nowhere near it. He's on the other side of the entire stage. Had to move his monitor. I don't know how you can see anything, but he's currently doing it. He's trying to get out of that top or the bottom half of the group there.
I'm telling you, at some point he's going to end up in the last race. He's going to be up here with us in the casting booth, sitting between us, commentating his own game while he's saying the casting curse or the Geronimo curse is still effective. But he ended up getting against Sir9 in that last race, and Zero moving away as well. I think they're all just having a lot of fun right now because they know they already have a paid position.
Yeah, it's just obviously being in the final 10 will secure that paid position, but now we're seeing Zovko and Zero sitting next to each other, maybe sharing some of the curse here. I just ideally want to know who has the curse, because Geronimo actually seems pretty fine so far. He's racing pretty well in these races and has pretty decent finishes, and I believe is currently sitting in a around 7th place spot, so it's not too bad, but there's a current 4-way tie for 7th place, or for 6th place with Zero, Geronimo, Terabyte, and Chino. So there's a lot of competition still at the back half of this to see exactly where they place. Now you see on Sir9's screen, he's so far away, he didn't even know there was a tree there probably. Now he's going to run into it again, and now Sir9 is running into every single tree because he can't see. And that is the thing. You either get rid of the curse or you end up hitting every tree in your path.
Absolutely. And Glitchtastic, by the way, looking at the leaderboards, is going to extend his lead by 3 points, taking over Kyret. Zovko and Sir9 holding into a tie for 3rd place. But we can also see, we've seen it before, where Sir9 has won by a 10-point margin. He ended up winning that Saturday Night Speedway because he recovered and got 1st place in the last 3 races. Glitchtastic moving down into 2nd in this race. Chino, out of nowhere, going to be moving into 1st place. Has a good solid lead so far with the defensive banana as well. Red Shell going to be coming in. Is he going to be able to make that check line right at the very end? He does have the coin. Chino going to be your winner for this race. Absolutely phenomenal. Chino feeling very confident right now.
And it seems like if you're on the other half of the stage, you're actually in an okay spot. Glitchtastic being next to Geronimo is actually still currently holding on to the 1st place spot. So, you know, maybe the Geronimo curse has shifted to the actual other side of the stage where Sir9, Zero, and Zovko are currently sitting at. Or you can see it over on the blue side of the stage where it could be with one of those players. But Chino obviously taking the 1st place, and nicely done for him in that race. I believe that was a 5th race coming out of the final 10 so far. But like we said, Glitchtastic is leading that charge. He got 2nd again in that race. So he's really going to hold on to a substantial lead going into this one. And just nicely done so far overall. Kyret able to kind of solidify himself a top 3 so far into this one. It looks like the race for 3rd, though, is really close between Zovko, Chino, and Sir9 here.
And Sir9, I think he has moved even further away. We're looking at him, and they're looking at the camera. I have no idea what he's looking at because he's so far back.
Oh, he's in the back by the ramp.
Wow, he continues to get even further away at this point. I'm not even sure how he's able to play. He can't even see over the bars. That's how far away he is right now.
Yeah, he also has another obstacle with the Red Bull DJ booth in front of him. So
I love that booth right now.
I'm interested to see how he's going to play through this one, and we'll definitely see it going forward into the 7th race, actually, if he's able to get into a nice spot here. And now we're going to see the race is starting and kicking. We'll see if Sir9 is able to get himself back up into the top 3. Obviously, was trash talking saying he was going to take 1st, but you know, with the Geronimo curse being sat next to him, it doesn't seem like that is going to be the case for him. And we'll now see the Metal Mario leading the charge there. Sir9 just so completely far away from the screen. You can see his monitor and you can see Stefan, the cameraman, but there's no Sir9 to be said. He's standing there in the back of the ramp arena on the stage. He's doing all right.
He's actually in 3rd place. He's battling for 2nd against Marshall right now in 1st place. Not that far away. This is absolutely insane to see that Sir9 moving farther and farther away from his monitor, actually doing better. Going to be moving into 4th place, leading into lap number 2. And we actually see somebody battling with an Isabel character and another Beach Gold character. This is an absolutely insane race. And Sir9 really showing some tenacity, hitting into 3rd place against Marshall and trying to keep that lead as far away from our 1st place player as possible.
And if you're just tuning in here at the arena or on Twitch, you might be wondering why exactly Sir9's on the ramp behind the entire stage, and that's because he sat next to next to Geronimo, and Geronimo has a curse. Geronimo's curse is where he gets hit by absolutely everything and gets knocked out of some of the best qualifying spots and dropped all the way to 9th or 10th place. And that, considering Sir9 was sat next to him, Sir9 ended up getting that bad luck to start out these few races. So he slowly started to get farther and farther away. Now we're on the 7th race, and now he's almost as far away as possible as he can get to actually even have his controller connect to the Switch in this point.
At this point, again, he's going to end up in the casting booth in the last segment. Again, we do see Sir9 and Zovko battling right now for 3rd and 4th place respectively. Zovko going to get the sound horn, and Sir9 trying to get back into 3rd place, and the sound horn doesn't connect with a 2nd place player. And we do see a blue shell going to be going up against our 1st place player, Marshall. Now going to be your 1st place leader right now. Does get ghosted against his items, has a red shell, and he's also going to get a sound box. It's the best loadout you can have right now for 1st place. Sir9 going to be in 5th place, going to get a star, using that to his advantage. Now moving up to 3rd place against Zovko with a 3-shell combo, and he's going to secure himself 3rd place. He's getting better the further away he gets from his screen.
Yeah, gets a 3rd place finish, and that's actually going to be really important on his overall placement in this tournament. Obviously, you saw, I believe, Zovko ended up getting a nice finish right there, trying to get back into the top 3 again. You see Glitchtastic still solidifying his lead, and that is going to be really good for Glitchtastic. This might be a free week for Glitchtastic, considering Sir9 being sat next to Geronimo has considerably affected his racing so far. So now we see Glitchtastic with a pretty sizable lead in that 1st place spot. We'll see exactly where Sir9 fares with the rest of the group after his 3rd place. Now Geronimo is getting slightly closer to Sir9, and there you see Sir9 has to run away because the curse is trying to be spread. Geronimo is currently sitting in 8th place, so actually not too far back because of how tight the point spread is. You're seeing the sadness coming out from Geronimo.
I'm very sorry for what I said while we were playing Mario Kart. It's more like sorry sorry for the curse I have while we're playing Mario Kart, right? That's what
Ideally,
you're really
yeah.
thinking about it.
Ideally, he's sorry for the curse that was put upon him by some of the Mario Kart gods that decided they wanted to smite Geronimo, and now he's apparently the curse can be spread. So that is interesting because it's happening so far, and now we'll see exactly where Sir9 is going to be in this final race for the final 10. He's currently sitting at 43 points, and that is only a 5-point difference between second place and sixth place. So this last match is actually really, really important.
It really is. We're going to go back into Yoshi Cannon. We still have an Isabel character. I don't know who's using the Isabel character. That's normally what we had seen from Sir9. But then you heard last week, Sir9 said that Isabel was being a bad dog. And now he's sitting on the far end of the stairs. He's so far away from his screen. It's like he's playing, if you had to actually retrospect it, he's playing basically on the size of a Game Boy. That's how far away he is. But the further away he is, the harder it is to race. And he's currently sitting in 5th place right now away. It's almost so bad. I really feel like his controller at this point is disconnecting, but he's literally riding the edge of the red zone, hitting it, almost getting hit by the Yoshi shell.
I feel like you gotta have some latency issues being that far away from your actual Switch, but it's working out for him so far. He's gonna use a mushroom boost here to get himself into a 4th place spot. Has another one to get himself into 3rd, as we saw Glitch Tastic there. Terravine dropping down a few spots. He's gonna go all the way to 9th because of how far he dropped. Kyret with Metal Mario is currently gonna be holding the lead into this second lap. Has the 9 coins as well for the temporary boost, but Geronimo is in 4th place, and if you're around him even on or off the track, apparently, you're going to get affected by the curse possibly, and that is a dangerous spot to be in, as you don't want to get hit by everything.
And Geronimo going to be getting a bomb and a fire flower. Interesting loadout to have in 4th place. A lot more higher tier items you wouldn't normally get, and we're going to see Geronimo probably take an aim, and he is going to try and aim for Marshall. Doesn't connect. They're going to throw the rest of them back. Doesn't connect with anybody as well. Free item to go ahead and throw away. Going to get that Piranha Plant. Try to keep the momentum. He could have used the secret in the trees to be able to catch himself back up. Asuka does have to take that, and he is going to have a red shell, but that's not going to connect because he is going to be able to get to the left side. And now we are in the final lap here for Yoshi Cannon. Going to take the far left side. Geronimo holding onto a steady, now moving into 3rd place here inside of this race. And now we're going to see whether or not, we're unfortunately going to see Sir9 move down into 7th, but he doesn't care. He's just having a great time.
And now we have speculation in the chat that it's actually the chair that has the current curse on it, but currently with Sir9 being in 7th, I feel like he might still have that curse being thrown from Geronimo onto him. And Geronimo racing pretty well here in 3rd place. He's going to get hit by the red shell, unfortunately. He's going to drop him down a few spots. But we're going to see Marshall in 2nd, trying to take that 1st place away from, I believe, Kyret. Actually, the Metal Mario in 1st place right there. That red shell is going to connect. He's going to try and hit with another one. It is going to connect as well, and that's going to drop Kyret all the way down to 2nd place. He's at least still going to finish in 2nd there for the last race of tonight. Marshall being able to take 1st place there, definitely going to be huge for him, as Sir9, it looks like, finished either 9th or 3rd. Either one of the rose gold peaches did not finish too hotly there in that last match, though.
I'm absolutely floored by everything going on. Sir9 basically walking away. That curse is absolutely real. And with that being said, he is, I'm guessing, going to the bathroom. He's probably just really feeling the effects of everything right now, and he is just out of here.
He's going somewhere, and it's as far away from Geronimo as possible, and it's going to be the bathroom, so hopefully not to see him follow him there. Okay, good. So it was enough getting out of that situation, but Sir9 getting as far away as possible from the likes of Geronimo right there. And we see some good races actually coming out, and just that was a very interesting final 10.
This was easily my favorite time ever casting Mario Kart for Saturday Night Speedway. I don't know what it was, but it was absolutely insane. We had the highest amount of energy I think we've ever had, and it was just unbelievably unique.
Yeah, well, yeah, unique to say the least. That was just unbelievably unique because of the Geronimo curse now, which is definitely a real thing. It is like solidified that Geronimo curse is the thing. We have to figure out a name, exact name for it. We have Geronimo Throde, which is not bad, but I feel like for a curse name, it has to have like, you know, off the tongue, slips off, and it's like, man, that guy has the blank curse, and it's
yeah. We're gonna have to think about this one. We'll keep that as homework, and we'll look about it for next week.
And if you have any ideas, keep them in, or put them in Twitch chat as well. If you have any good names for the Geronimo curse, definitely. If you don't know what the Geronimo curse is, you're going to be in 1st place most of the time, and then you'll drop down to 9th or 10th at the end of your race, or you'll just get hit by items constantly, item after item. It's kind of a mix of both. It's really not a fun curse.
Absolutely. And with that being said, we're going to send it down to Josh. Josh has an interview. Josh, take it away.
Buddy, it's okay. It's okay. It's not forever. Things happen. Things happen, buddy.
The Geronimo curse is real.
What you want to tell everyone what happened?
He touched me, and then I got 10th place. No. but no, the Geronimo curse is totally real. I literally was getting smacked around the entire day.
Yeah, so you guys know that Geronimo doesn't just have the curse, it's also highly infectious. So do you want to explain how it is and how it impacts you?
You're suddenly really bad and you're playing just as bad as him. So it's like I lost like years of me playing and now I'm just playing like Geronimo. You might as well put me as 15th seed or whatever he's at now. Because I'm no longer good at Mario Kart. I'm done.
Do you hear that? He got Geronimo'd. It's if only it was that simple, right? Do you believe that it really could have that big of an impact on you, though? I mean, this seemed like it can't be this infectious that it happened in a matter of 3 seconds.
He touched me. I don't know. Wow. I have never seen something like this before where I was getting hit that much. I got 10th place like twice or 3 times almost. So I'm never touching Geronimo again. It's over.
Absolutely terrifying, and you heard it here first. I'm going to send it back to the casters and hear their opinions on it.
Well, also on the leaderboard, Geronimo's in 7th and Sir9th is in 6th, so he's touching him on the leaderboard as well. So there's just a lot of connection from Geronimo with Sir9, and going in, that could possibly transfer into next week. Sir9 might want to stay as far away as possible from Geronimo. I wouldn't be surprised if Oliver put him in the same qualifier next week.
Right.
That's ideally what I'm hoping for, actually.
I would actually love to see Sir9 take my place here in the casting booth, and I'll go down and see if the curse is actually real. I'll move my chair back and see whether or not the Geronimo curse is actually real.
But the problem is you're already not great at the game, so the Geronimo curse won't actually affect you too much.
Then that means I'm going to get first in the entire competition then at that point. So there's a thing. We can make this happen. I would love to see Sir9 cast. He's actually really good at it.
Yeah, I would. The one time, if you actually haven't seen Sir9 cast, when Jake ended up playing on the stage, Sir9 came up into the casting studio, ended up casting, and it actually, has an insane amount of knowledge that neither of us have, obviously, because we don't play the game competitively.
Right.
But he has this insane amount of knowledge and is able to really impact your situation in casting. It's really cool. So obviously would like him to come back and do it again.
And with that being said, we're going to look at all of the replays here for the finals. Definitely going to probably see a lot of Sir9 here, but we're going to start off with Terabyte. Terabyte did get hit with a lot of items from very early on. Looking over at Zovko. Zovko had a couple really great wins there,
yeah.
And it was just really insane to see that the curse really did take a lot of hold from a lot of the players, and everybody was getting hit by everything at that point.
Yeah, and if you don't know exactly already, I believe that Glitchtastic was in the end was the one able to take the first place for the Saturday Night Speedway number 17. So Glitchtastic going back into that consistency. Obviously, there was a lot going on around him, so it was impressive. He was sitting right next to Geronimo as well. So to be able to finish in first place, it looked like the curse went to Geronimo's right-hand side, and then the blessing from Geronimo came to his left-hand side, and that got Glitchtastic into the first place finish.
Yeah, it looks like, again, all of the races were just absolutely phenomenal. I got to say, Sir9 moving further away, getting a lot better with his races.
Yeah.
I was really shocked. He was sitting on the stairs and doing a really good job.
It's impressive that it even connected that far away, too, because it just seemed he was so far away, and it was still, like you said, not getting 9th or 10th place, getting that far away from your monitor. He even had to shift it. That way you can see it from his angle, which was in the back of the stage. But nonetheless, that was an impressive Final 10. Even if Sir9 got 6th place overall, I would still say that's a win for him not to be 10th because of the Geronimo curse.
Absolutely. And everybody that was going to be on the stage are going to get some form of a pay placement anyways.
Yeah.
Cold, hard cash here inside of Saturday Night Speedway. That's the reason why these players come in to have a lot of fun and earn some great money while doing it.
Exactly. And obviously it's just a ton of fun. And that's what I like about the, compared to the Friday Frags tournament. Obviously Friday Frags is really, really competitive. Obviously you don't have as much fun in a game like Fortnite like you would compare to Mario Kart just because of the kind of competitive aspect going different from the two. Mario Kart is more of that family party game, while Fortnite is just straight competitive FPS game. So it's nice to have that kind of swings, or the shift swing in from Friday Frags to Saturday Night Speedway, just to kind of see everyone have a lot of fun here.
Speaking of a lot of fun, Friday Frags number 30 will have a guaranteed $4,000 prize pool, so we're going to see a huge turnout for that one. But if you look down here on the screen, Glitchtastic will be the one that's going to win Saturday Night Speedways. Congratulations. It's been a while since Glitchtastic won. He's been in the paid placements, but this is the first time, and I want to say about almost 11 or 12 weeks, that he actually won again. Finally, well-deserved. Great job by Glitchtastic being able to secure first place tonight.
Yeah, most of the time was ranked around that second or third mark because of how consistent he was at the beginning of Saturday Night Speedways. Like you said, won a couple of them as well, just wasn't quite able to get there, and unfortunately fortunately enough, getting back to that first place for this week.
Absolutely. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday Night Speedways has officially come to an end. I'm very happy about the fact that everybody was able to join in Twitch chat and here inside the HyperX Arena. Make sure you are following on Twitter at HyperXESALV. My name is Jacob Parker, and as always, I am joined by Trell Willing. Ladies and gentlemen, game on. We will see you next Friday for Friday Frags number 29. See you next week.